Right now, you want to hear some Taylor Swift?
'Cause baby, now we got bad.
Taylor Allison Swift was born on December the 13th, 1989, in West Reading, Pennsylvania. Her father, Scott Kingsley Swift, is a former stockbroker. He worked for Merrill Lynch. And her mother, Andrea Gardner Swift, was a mutual fund marketing executive. Her father transferred to Merrill Lynch Nashville office. Also, whole family moved there to make Taylor more comfortable with her musical career.
Love's a game, wanna play.
From elementary school, Taylor liked to be on stage. She liked to play in the school theater. At that time, it was not really matter for her, did she need to sing or not.
From the point when I was like 9 years old, I was obsessed with theater and children's theater, and I loved telling a story on stage, whether it was with acting or singing or performing.
If your kid now is 12 or above, and he or she plays guitar, and maybe already writes songs, you can see whom your kid may become.
I started playing guitar when I was 12, and that's when I started writing songs.
For Taylor Swift, this key moment determined her whole future life. This was the start of her career as a singer and songwriter.
And that's kind of the point where it became all I wanted to do.
She starts her professional career in 14 years old, when she got her first contract.
I was like 14 when I got a publishing deal for my songwriting.
Maybe you have a question how Taylor Swift usually writes her songs, how lyrics and music come to her. When does it happen? How does it happen? Here is the answer.
It's usually in the middle of the night. Or if I'm trying to get to sleep and I can't, and then I get an idea, and I'm like, well, I'm not tired anyway.
And now Taylor can tell you that she likes to write not only songs, but a lot more.
I love writing songs, poems, stories, scripts.
I think you know a mystery about number 13. In hotels, there is no room number 13, or it can be no 13th floor. Sometimes, in the sports, there is no sportsman with number 13. But for others, this number may be not lucky, but has a lot of meanings. For example, Taylor Swift is that person. She has a lot of stuff with number 13.
I was born on the 13th. I turned 13 on Friday the 13th. My first album went gold in 13 weeks. Also, thanks.
And this is not all. Let's continue.
My first song that ever went number one, it had a 13-second intro. And I didn't even do that on purpose.
13 seconds intro. Can you imagine? How many of you have your own number? How many facts you can name for your number? Taylor Swift has more.
And every time I've ever won an award at an award show, I've either been seated in the 13th row or row M, which is the 13th letter.
As you see, almost everything in her life deals with 13. And now, final part.
When I won the Horizon Award at the CMA Awards, the producer came up to me when I was sound checking and said, "All right, we're gonna go in 13 seconds. There are so many numbers."
All our life connected with numbers. You just need to see it. Try to find. Maybe you also have a magic number in your life, and write it in the comments. Can you imagine? You go through the door and your friend trying to frighten you. He's lying behind the door, and when you came, just shouting as hell. What will be your reaction? Maybe some of you have such friends who love to do something like that. After that, maybe you're not start to stutter, but you forget a lot of words. In one interview, Taylor Swift found that she always starts her answer to the question from the same words. And she said to herself that she would try not to do it again.
I think for me,
I think for me,
this is very interesting. But I think for me, her PR manager taught her to say this phrase, and I think for me, she's a good student.
I think for me,
One interesting thing happened with the song of Taylor Swift in Canadian iTunes. This proves one more time that if you are a celebrity, you can do almost everything and it will be popular.
it was a mistake. And it wasn't a song that they ended up posting. They ended up posting 7 seconds of static noise.
So this noise very fast became very popular and rise up to first place in Canadian iTunes.
And it went to
So
number
it
one.
went number one, and I was like, what is going on?
And I think the right conclusion of the situation was made by the host of TV show.
Well, it just goes to show you, you really don't need to work that hard on this stuff, you know?
No, really, if 7 seconds of noise can be on first place in world charts, why you need to write lyrics, music, spend a lot of hours in studios, when promote these records? No, you don't need all of that. You just need to make 7 seconds of beautiful noise. Okay, I'm kidding. Of course, to make it work, you need to do a lot before this can happen. Maybe even you need to be a person with unique talents.
Can you show me a really cool or bizarre talent?
Okay, I'm well aware that this is not a talent, but this is like the only thing that I can do. I have double jointed elbows, so.
No. Oh man.
Yeah, they're weird.
No, I'm not talented as Taylor Swift. How many celebrities do you know who have the names of their fans? I know only one fan's name. It is Tifosi, the Italians' fans of everything. Tifosi in football, and Tifosi is Italian fans for Ferrari teams in Formula 1. And Taylor Swift fans have also their names.
They kind of named themselves, and they call themselves Swifties, which is so cute.
Swifties, now you know what I mean. Taylor loves her fans very much, and she tries to do everything not to make them sad.
I'm really in touch with my fans and I know what they like.
I think Taylor Swift knows main thing about her fans. It is their fears. Fears about her career, about her music.
What my fans in general were afraid of was that I would start making pop music and I would stop writing smart lyrics, or I would stop writing emotional lyrics.
So how do you think her lyrics are enough smart and enough emotional? Do her fans have to worry or not? I'm actually sure that music of Taylor Swift is pop music, but now I guess I'm not right. Can you write in comments, what is her music style? Taylor Swift did one thing. I never heard of any other celebrity did it before. I think it is more than great. She wanted to present her album to her fans before official presentation and to make it in her own house. This is really great. This is really when you and your fans are together.
I decided that I wanted to play this entire album for the fans long before it came out. Come up with as many ways that we can spend time together. Normal. It keeps my life feeling manageable.
As a celebrity that takes care about her fans, Taylor Swift always tries to listen to fans' opinion, listen to their feedback on her work, and so on.
You know, they will let me know which songs should have been singles. They let me know which songs did not get videos and should have gotten videos.
Very common question for all celebrities: how your life changed with the fame. What is the worst part and what is the best part? And I think this is what happened with all of them.
The most abnormal thing about my life is having sort of crowds form everywhere you go. Everywhere. So that starts happening, and then you have to take security everywhere you go.
When you are famous, it is hard to be alone. It is hard to hide from everybody. It is hard to go somewhere with your friends or just spend time as you loved it before you became famous. A lot of people want to be famous, but only a few of them understand what is to be famous.
All of a sudden, you realize that you have not been alone, truly, for 5 years.
There was one old phrase about songwriting, and Taylor Swift completely didn't agree with it. First part of it sounds like, if a guy sharing his experience, he's brave. And the second part is,
If a woman shares her experience in writing, she's oversharing. And she's over-emotional, or she might be crazy, or watch out, she'll write a song about you.
do you agree with this phrase? Of course, love is a very popular thing in songwriting. I guess it is the main one, and 90% of songs is about love.
Love and heartbreak and all the themes that used to be main factors in my music. Of course, love is still very interesting to me as a writer.
Let's get back to men and women. Taylor feels very much that in show business attitude to men and women is very different. Famous men and women treated differently, rumors, talks about personal life, and so on.
Did she write all her own songs? talking about your personal life, talking about your dating life. There's a different vocabulary for men and women in the music industry, right?
Here is one example of different attitude.
A man does something, it's strategic. A woman does the same thing, it's calculated.
Now Taylor Swift will tell you maybe one of the secrets of show business. Music licensing is a very complicated thing. And a lot of musicians work not for themselves, but for some companies, some labels. So it easily can happen that you do not have rights for your own products, musics, lyrics, and so on.
I've always wanted to own my own music since I started making my music. And if you probably don't know this, but most of your favorite artists do not own their work. The music industry is, you know?
Sometimes, even if you are a big star, you may not have even opportunities to get back all rights for your music and lyrics, basically to all that you created.
I made it very clear that I wanted to be able to buy my music. That opportunity was not given to me, and it was sold to somebody else.
So, you have to decide for yourself how you're ready to live with such situation. Taylor is ready to react.
I was the one who made this music first, I can just make it again.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing.
Another problem when you are famous is to be with your family. Taylor also have the same problem.
I don't really see my family if I don't have them come along sometimes. I'll be like, hey, Dad, you come on this trip. Hey, Mom, come on this trip. Hey, Austin, my brother who's in college, come on this trip. And he's like, no.
There are very funny story about Taylor Swift and Jimmy Fallon. Actually, I like it because here you can see real reaction of famous person. I mean, real life reaction for very strange questions. Jimmy Fallon asks Taylor Swift how good she can see him, because he knows that she did LASIK surgery.
I did. How do you know that? I did, but I don't usually tell people that.
I just want to make
It was so big surprise for her, she planned not to tell anyone about it.
What's happening right now?
The thing is, her mother filmed Taylor when he just gets back from surgery.
And she gave us the video.
I understand why Taylor doesn't really want all people know about this surgery. And of course doesn't want all her fans to see this video. The worst point for her was that she even doesn't know about this video.
Okay, so she found a snack. It wasn't the one I wanted. Stop, you can't cry.
I try to get this
Okay, I'm
one.
gonna get the other one for you. Okay,
I
here we
wanted
go.
this one, but what do we do with this now?
I'll eat it. You don't want to cry. That's not what you want to do.
Sometimes it doesn't go your way.
You don't fall asleep eating a banana, okay?
I'm not asleep. My mind is alive.
And of course, the reaction of Taylor Swift for her mom's video.
Don't be mad, don't be mad. Don't be mad at me.
I can't even imagine what talk Taylor Swift had with her mother after this Tonight Live show. But her first reaction was...
She was kind enough to drive me there, but cruel enough to film it and give it to you.
Yes!
Write in comments what you will tell your mom if she will do the same with you. How many breeds of cats you can name in 30 seconds? Try now. But I can tell you how many breeds of cats Taylor Swift can name.
Scottish Fold, Ragdoll, Ragamuffin, Maine Coon. A black cat, a calico cat, a cat that knocks pens off of desks.
Now, after a Jimmy Fallon show, we know how many alcohol Taylor Swift needs to feel herself, let's say, free.
I go like from 0 to legitimately thinking I'm a wizard within like 2 drinks.
Can you imagine Taylor Swift as a wizard? I can. But in the beginning of her career, she definitely was not a wizard and feel herself not very comfortable.
I could be sitting in the front row at an award show and I still don't feel like a cool kid.
Also, here young Taylor Swift tells about what is love.
Like, who would you be sad with? And who would you deal with when they were sad? And like gray skies every day for months, would you still stay?
Yeah.
Here is one advice from Taylor, and I can tell you that I agree with it on 100%.
You don't have to forgive and you don't have to forget to move on. You can move on without any of those things happening.
And of course, one of the main questions to all the people. And of course, this question goes to celebrity very often.
Do I know where I'm gonna be or even wanna be in 20 years? Absolutely not.
This is all for today. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, do whatever you want. Have a nice day or evening. Bye.